Hi, I'm Riley Riot, and this is my first YouTube video. Happy New Year's to anybody who is watching this. So, back in June last year, I started posting on my Facebook wall Weird Confession Wednesdays, which were just little weird tidbits about myself. And I decided that this year I wanted to keep that same theme, but to do videos about it. So hopefully I can pull this off. If not, I'll just waste a couple Wednesdays. So, to get right into it, my first weird confession is that I lack a basic knowledge of iconic or classic movies, as people would call them. To give you an example, The Matrix. I've seen all 3 movies in the series, and I could not summarize that movie to a butt-naked Johnny Depp offering $1 million rewards. But I'm going to try to do it for you anyway and let you know how bad I suck at this. Now, 2 years ago, I found out that Keanu Reeves' character was not named Neo and that his character's name was Neo. And that just baffled me because I was so confident. If you would have quizzed me, I would have told you, of course, his name's Neo. His name's Neo. But obviously, I was wrong. Also, the concept of the Matrix, I don't know if the Matrix is the real world and then we're not living in the real world, or if the Matrix is like an elevated world. I just know that there's a Matrix and Keanu Reeves' character is the one. I don't know what he's supposed to do as the one. I just know that he is apparently the one. Also, I know that there was a lot of good graphics and there was a lot of this stuff going on for that movie. And there's some white guys with some dreadlocks and some sunglasses and a lot of suits, or a lot of duplicate images of people in the suit. And that's all I know about that. Also, like iconic, like cult classic movies, 16 Candles. Now, I've seen this movie, but again, it's one of those movies that I couldn't summarize. It's probably because I don't like that movie, but this is my attempt at summarizing 16 Candles. There's some girl, Molly Ringwald, very popular redheaded person cast in that time frame, and it's her 16th birthday, and there's all these people at her house because I think they're going to somebody else's thing coming up, and so everybody's forgotten about her birthday because they're planning something else, and she's just realizing closer now that she's 16 that life sucks, her family sucks, school sucks, and that's her deal right there with that, where everything just sucks and she's just coming across it. But by the end of the movie, her crush has noticed her, and he comes and he picks her up and he brings her a cake and he has her blow her candles, and they're all happily ever after. 16 Candles. Another cult classic would be Breakfast Club. Another one that I've seen and hate. There's a Saturday detention. Only thing I want to do on Saturday is sleep. Not sit in school with a bunch of douchebags that I don't like Monday through Friday. But that's what's happening in the Breakfast Club. And I remember I was talking to one of my friends about it because she loves this movie. She's like, it'd be so great if we were like that and we had to go to school on Saturday and we were trapped and we had a revelation at the end. It'd be just so powerful. And I was like, I think in reality this would end up being a low budget sci-fi film because everyone but me would die at the end. We don't need to worry about how that happens. I killed them. But, so that is, again, my summary of The Breakfast Club. Terrible summary. All these are terrible summaries, but I'm hoping you're going to stick with me to hear more terrible summaries. Next one, A Manly Man's movie that, now I haven't seen this one, but I have been in the proximity of it while it's on. The Godfather. And here we go. Now, in The Godfather, I know there's a decapitated horse. Why? That's terrible. That's not a good way to send a message. Post it on Facebook, send a letter, a telegram, singing telegram. Don't put a horse head in someone's bed. And there's some gargly old man who talks like he has marbles in his mouth and he's making offers. Or that could be any other gangster movie for I know. I'm just assuming. I'm assuming it's The Godfather. Another one of those classic gangster movies. At least I think it is. I have no idea. Scarface. Every person with a penis loves Scarface, and they'll tell me you have to see it. You have to see it. And I mean, again, like Godfather, I've been in the room while it was on, so I've seen some of it. And spoiler alert here, I think Al Pacino's character dies. So it's like, oh, he's legend. And he just falls out or something. And he's all, say hello to my little friend. And he's shooting a bunch of people. And I'm like 100% certain, even though I haven't seen it, he's a drug dealer. Yep, that's my summary. He's a drug dealer who ends up dead at the end. Like most drug dealers. Now, my favorite holiday is Halloween. But I almost hate all horror movies that they kind of like pump up towards October 31st. And like for so long, I believe my younger sister, she had told me, because before I'd ever seen the movies, Friday the 13th and Halloween, she had told me that Jason and Michael Myers were brothers and they just hated everybody and they were just killing everybody point blank as brothers. Then I find out they're not brothers, but they're still pretty sucky by themselves. Jason, the ultimate cock block. Just killing people because they're getting laid. Because it so happens that someone was getting laid when he died. So he has to seek revenge on anyone and everyone who's getting some trim. Michael Myers, he wants to kill his entire family and anybody who's ever talked to his family, met his family, or even been in the same space of his family in the last 15 minutes, he's going to kill you. I can't think of anything else to tell you about those two. There you go. That's where they are. That's who they are. I'm quite sure that I could probably come up with some other movies that I would suck at summarizing, but I don't want to ruin any more of your time. So I'm just gonna leave it with those and you can take it as it is. So that was my first weird confession of 2014. And you guys can go down and like, dislike, comment to let me know how I did with the video and what do you think about the concept for the series. You can also correct me on all my horrible summaries. Till we meet again.